Hey guys, wanted to drop a video today. Had a friend ask me, what do I think God is saying to the church in this season? So on the heels of the two other videos that I put down last week about a Sabbath and communing with the Father as he deals with some of the idols that are in our nation, that's the first and foremost. The second is the experiential knowledge of God. Like you gotta know Him, not just knowing about Him, but know Him for real. Those are the top two things. But as I have sought the Lord over the last week, I felt like He gave me the passage out of Matthew 8 where He calms the storm. And in this passage, you have a bunch of guys, most of whom are fishermen. So they spent their lives on the sea, they spent their lives on the water, and they spent their lives in boats. And suddenly a storm has arisen around them beyond the scope of anything they're comfortable handling. So this isn't just a little squall, it's not just a little wind, it's something major. And they freak out. And they think they're going to drown. And so I kind of feel there's a parallel with what's happening with this coronavirus thing. Is it's bigger than some other things that have been around. It's different than some other things that have been around. We've seen a lot of stuff happen, come and go, but this one is affecting people in a way that makes people fear. And most of us are responding like the disciples did when they were confronted with this new thing, this bigger thing, this scarier thing. They're responding with fear. And I think we're responding in a lot of ways with fear. And yet in this passage, Jesus shows us the way. And the way is sleeping. And Jesus is so confident that the Father's with him. He's so certain that the Father is orchestrating all the events of his life. And he's so certain of where the Father's leading him that though this great, immense storm is happening all around him, and the disciples who've spent their lives as fishermen on the water are terrified, Jesus isn't. He's sleeping through the storm. And I really believe that the church is intended to respond in this season as though this is an opportunity for a Sabbath rest, for us to sleep through the storm, to know our Father knows what He's doing, to know our Father is with us, and to know our Father has good plans and a future in store for us. So if we can respond that way, there's a lot of things that are not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility to worry about when this thing is going to end. It's not up to us. It's not our responsibility to know how many people are going to get sick. It's not our responsibility to know, boom, 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 you can see. Those things are not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to live faithful each day, spend time communing with the Father throughout your day, not just for a moment and then forget Him, throughout the day. And have specific times within that communion where it's just you and Him, spending time just knowing Him, enjoying Him, being with Him. Spend time with your spouse. Sit down, ask her questions that you haven't asked her in many, many years, maybe since you were dating. Sit down with your kids, get to know them, maybe enjoy them. Don't worry about having a clean house. Maybe that's not the most important thing. Maybe we're being given the opportunity in a gift to get our priorities straight, to get back to the things that matter, and to put back in place the most important, the essentials of life. God, our marriage, our kids, our families, our friends, and the disciplines of life that maybe we've forgotten. Work out every day. Get good sleep every day. Check in on family members that are old or at risk. These are things that we can do and are our responsibility. Are our responsibility in this time. We don't have to have all the answers. We don't need to know everything that's on the news. We can and should, however, respond appropriately and faithfully throughout this season, and therein we can have joy. Hope you guys are well.